Hey guys, this is Asher here. Now in this quick video, I just want to share a little bit of a tip, especially when it comes to company enrichment. And this is especially for you if let's say you're a sales rep, SDR, AE, and you're situated outside of major countries like the US, for example. Now let's take this scenario, right? Let's say today you are in charge of reaching out to enterprise companies. So take Tencent for example. They're a global company. They've got HQ, of course, in China, probably in the US, in Singapore, in different parts of the world. And as a result of that, they have different entities. And that also means that they have different LinkedIn pages. Okay, so they have Tencent Singapore and they have Tencent Global in this particular case. Now, if let's say today you are putting together a list of, let's say 100, 200, 300 different companies, and you want to be very specific to say, I only want the company LinkedIn page that is in Singapore because that's my target country, you would, let's say, put together company name as well as company domain. Yeah, you will start to script this from different methods, right? But when you start to use the Enrich company methods within Clay, you'll start to see that it is not too accurate, right? Because as you can see, yes, I want to go after the Singapore one, but if I click into it, this brings me to, in this case, the LinkedIn page. As you can see, this brings me to the global page. And sometimes it's not even accurate. So let's say Olam, for example, I have the domain over here, Olam Group, as you can see, but it brings me to a very weird LinkedIn page over here, and this is not exactly what I want. So sometimes we may want to be more specific in terms of how we enrich the company. Now there are two ways that I will share with you today. Number one, we use what we call a Google search. So let's say again, I'm situated in Singapore and I want to target a Singapore entity of all of these different big companies or enterprise companies. I'll put a company name, but I'll add a field, just a simple text field called Singapore. And I will do a formula over here, which essentially is just putting together the company name as well as the target country. Now, what I can do over here today is, if I add an enrichment, you can see I can do a Google search enrichment. So I can perform a search. This is exactly what I did. And in here, I actually said site LinkedIn, company name, target country. So I'm doing a Google search essentially. Now, if I do this same Google search on here, you can see I can do site linkedin.com, Tencent Singapore. The first result, it will be Tencent Singapore, and it's exactly what I want. So I want this LinkedIn page. Now, once that is essentially done, what we can do within here is we have a couple of search results, right? We just want the first result, and again, Tencent Singapore is out there. So this is that method, and right here, if I were to choose this, and I say add as a column, and I put this as LinkedIn profile, there we have it. So this will be the LinkedIn profile, and that is for the Singapore entity that I'm looking for. So that's step number one. The only issue with this is that this uses a lot of credits, right? So again, if I were to do a Google search, you can see perform search uses 1 credits. And as you know, Clay can get really expensive. The other method that I would suggest, if you're slightly more technical, is of course using serper.dev, right? This is pretty much a Google search API. I won't go into too much details, but it just gives you 2,500 credits when you get started. So yes, I'm still using credits, but I have so much more credits than what I have here within Clay. So essentially the same way, right? I have the company name, target country, company, and a country together. And over here, serper.dev. As you can see, I'm using the API key from serper.dev, and I'm doing the same thing. LinkedIn site, linkedin.com, I'm doing the same search. And similarly, I can get the LinkedIn profile as well because they give me multiple different results over here. So just a quick video. Hope this helps you. Again, especially if you are trying to target very specific LinkedIn pages or you're trying to target very specific entities of a certain country, this could be very useful to you.